A really difficult floater, but for him, it's money in the bank. And then Kyrie Irving here, isolated, gets to the basket. He loves to finish with his left hand, does that, and then Bruce Brown starts to get involved. And what you like about Bruce Brown, in the paint, yes, he's going to score. You don't expect him to do this, but he hit back-to-back threes, which was so big. Here he is once again running the court. He likes to make that little jump hook. And this was the second three-pointer that he had made when he does a little shimmy. This made it 124 to 110 with about 3:02 to go, and it was game over. 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Frank, again, it's almost like they're not looking for him outside. Like, oh, now we need to keep an eye on Brown inside. All of a sudden, he's sitting outside ready to stripe a three.
And that's why when you have Kyrie Irving and James Harden, they can get into the paint. That's why you want to spread the court with shooters. And Bruce Brown isn't known for that. But by getting a bunch of easy baskets early in the game, his confidence was up, and he knocked them down. He was doing it in front of the opposing team bench, and that's when they're all talking, and he was hearing it, but stayed calm, knocked down a shot.
Yeah, set him up perfectly, no doubt about that. Let's find out from head coach Steve Nash what he thinks about this latest victory.
Coach, what did you like? What did you like in the way that you were able to grind out a W there?
Fourth quarter defense, we turned it up. Held them to 22. I think they had a couple late buckets too, and when we were just, I'd put it to bed. So I was proud of that. I thought everyone contributed, and I thought this is a trap game. You have a winning streak on the West Coast. You fly back across the country, getting acclimated to family and friends and time zone and all that stuff, and you play a team you beat a week ago. It's a trap game. So I was proud of the focus. It wasn't always pretty, but they wanted to win, and they got the stops when they needed them.
I feel like a game like this from Bruce Brown was bound to happen. What have you seen in this game, and what has he been able to contribute that lend himself to have a night like this?
Well, Bruce is remarkable. I mean, the guy is. I believe he mostly played point guard last year, and he's playing. What do you want to call him? Our center. He's picking and rolling and finishing with two bigs in the lane. His willingness and ability to do that is remarkable. He made some threes tonight, but for me, it's all the other stuff. It's the activity, the defense, the deflections, all those other things. You add it all up, and he had a big impact on the game before you even get to the points. So, fantastic effort from Bruce.
Ryan Lewis with the New York Post.
You acknowledge this is a trap game. I mean, between the travel and Sacramento's record, and obviously that's been discussed ad nauseum. I mean, is this a game that you might not have won, say, 2-3 weeks ago?
Certainly. I think I think that's a fair statement. We've come together a lot more. You can just feel the energy amongst the players, the bond that's formed, and that's something that you have to invest in every day, and that connectivity, like I always say, and the guys are investing that energy and support into each other every night, and that makes you tough to beat. So I think we've turned a corner in that respect. We're getting a little bit better at everything we do, and tonight, let's not forget, Jeff Green, who's been so important to us, was out. TLC out. Landry gets dinged up and is out, and we patched it together and had people step up and make plays. So great team effort.
Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, you got Nick to play about 14 minutes tonight. Just what did you think of him in his season debut, given, as you said, the long layoff he's had?
I thought he was great. Not an easy thing to do. He hasn't played in a basketball game for a year or more. So to have him come out there and to be active and to look, as fluid as he did, that's not easy. And I thought he really helped us tonight. So, I think he's got a really good future. How soon that'll come is yet to be seen, but he can make an impact for us. And if he can slowly gain experience here and get in the rotation, it gives us another player for depth. It gives us a player with length and athleticism. So, it's great to have him back.
Steve Lichtenstein with WFAN.
Hi, Steve. The way that Bruce is able to find seams in all the paint, is that translatable for a guy, let's say, like Andre, who you got one of your first looks at tonight? So what did you think of him, and can he be used in that way as well?
A little bit. I mean, Bruce makes it look easy. It's not easy to be a 6'3" guard and be picking, rolling, catching the ball, finishing. Andre's a very intelligent player as well, but I don't want to put that on him. He can do some picking and rolling for sure, and he can definitely guard some bigger players. But Bruce is special in that he can do that. It's not a normal thing to ask a 6'3" guard to kind of be the roller, and so his ability to do that and to finish and to have the timing and willingness, frankly, I know a lot of guards would laugh you out of the gym if you asked them to pick and roll. So he's a winner and he plays hard, and I think that skill is uncanny. So I don't want to put that on Andre or anyone else, but if they can do some of the things that he can do and to gain minutes for their defensive abilities, that would be a bonus.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach, between that first quarter offense and that fourth quarter defense, is that pretty much what this team is striving to be able to do over the long haul of the season?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think our defense has improved. We've been good in stretches. We still need to be more consistent. And, tonight I think some of that was all the parameters of getting back from this trip, playing a very difficult offensive team, and playing a bunch of guys who hadn't played for us this year. So a lot of things thrown in there, but overall we had our stretches defensively, and in particularly when it counted, but a long way to go there, but we are improving, I think, every week.
Back to Alex Schiffer with The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, I'm just curious. You only had 300 fans in here tonight, and you guys were still pumping in the crowd. But were you still able to hear, their impact on things?
Yeah, a little bit. You can hear them. I'm not going to say it was, Friday night with 18,000, but it was nice to have people in the building. I thought it gave us a little bit more life, and hopefully it's a very safe and and just the beginning of bringing in fans. So little things like that, I think, give the players a boost in that it has been a difficult year, and as long as we can do it safely, it's exciting for everyone.
Thanks so much, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
All right, a couple things there about Coach. First of all, he's always answering questions about James Harden, Kyrie Irving.